Hey, this is Mike Minia with the Fort Pierce King Mackerel Invitational. I'm here with Mark Henderson from Liquid Fire Fishing Team. They're getting ready for day 2 here, loading bait. What we're doing is we're trying to just talk to all the SiriusXM ambassadors that try and give us a idea of where SiriusXM products have helped you in the past during tournaments and how you've used it or how you might use it this weekend.
Yeah, Mike, appreciate everything you guys do. Number one, and what we do is we constantly look at the weather application, and fish mapping comes with all the weather applications as well. But you want to make sure on that offshore weather radar and see the forecast where it's going, and you can tell where storms are coming from, where they're headed to. And a lot of other cool features on it are the wave heights, wave currents. There's a lot. There are like 18 different features and functions on just the weather. And then fish mapping, was right on your phone or right on your iPad. You can plan your day like that. And you can go out, find where fish recommendations are. You can find where they have been over the last 7 days. So there's a lot of neat features. The more you use fish mapping, the more you use the weather, the more you understand it, the more you're able to dial it in. And for this week and weeks in the past, it's been real important to be able to see where that wind's been coming from. It's been pretty steady out of the east, and the conditions are very important down here. Ernie, you're the fisherman now.
Yeah, down here, especially a little further south where a lot of the guys are fishing on this constant east wind, the fishing usually gets better and better. The fish like the consistency. You mentioned the weather, that situation where I was using SiriusXM weather. It's offshore dolphin fishing one day. Big storm came in and we thought our day was ruined. We were trying to figure out how, if any, we could get through the storm. We had our radar on one screen, SiriusXM weather on another. We did see a pathway through the storm. We were skeptical because we weren't sure. We had the radar there. And sure enough, the SiriusXM was dead on compared to our regular radar. We got through the storm and we were able to still fish when we got to the other side of the storm and didn't have to go all the way in. It saved our day.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about it. You're able to really kind of plan your day. You save fuel, you save time. And when you can locate those offshore weather cells and where they're going, you can possibly split them like you just talked about. We've done that numerous times. Radar is fantastic. You need it. You need to make sure that you can miss buoys and boats and, where bird activity is and that kind of thing. But nothing beats the SiriusXM weather when you can see the intensity of those cells, see if lightning's in them. It shows a lot of data on there that is very, very accurate. And, the sea surface temperatures and all those things and finding those breaks, that's where all that plankton comes in there and the plankton fronts and when those sea surface temperatures and plankton fronts get together and attracts that bait fish, and then the pelagics come in there, man, it's just a really good opportunity. And fish recommendations, we got us oceanographers that SiriusXM pays that goes in, puts all that data together. What we used to have to scramble for all the time over the internet and, finding the altimetry, chlorophyll, all those things that come together that brings those fish in,
Right.
that makes a great recipe for offshore fishing.
Sure. Well, another quick example is we were this winter we had a great sail fishery, and what we did was we spoke to you about it, and we had looked into the fish mapping, and you were kind of curious as to where the bite was compared to where the fish mapping was. On the first day where the bite was incredible, the fish mapping was extremely close to where the bite was. And the next day, the fish had moved. And the next day, it was dead on to where it was.
It's exciting to have all that technology that you can bring together that way. And, and when you're in a competitive environment, like, you guys do, especially down here in the sailfish world, and then offshore, when where we are, you got to run 60, 65 miles, find wahoo or dolphin sometimes, and having that knowledge, having that technology to be able to pull together and grab that information in one area, using the fish mapping device sitting in your house and then getting it right on your multifunction displays is such a valuable tool. And, and it's not always, fishing's fishing. It's not based on, hey, you're going to catch one here, but man, it really refines in the area.
Absolutely.
It's just an exciting product to be part of. I love working for them. I mean, it's my full-time job as well. But in the competitive fishing environment, it's just such a joy to have the product on board.
Yep. Well, we don't want to hold you too long. You guys have to go fishing today. This is day 2, and last year you placed 5th. This time you put a good fish on for day 1. All you need to do is be consistent. Get another one day, you'll be back on the board. So good luck.
You guys got a great fishery down here. Huge fish, and we got a superstar on board with us, and Ron Mitchell, and so we're having fun.
Yeah, sir.
Outlier visual.
Don't do that too well.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mom.
We'll see you.
Alicia, thank you.